Hey, what's up, guys? Man, what a nice day it is today. Look at it. Just look at it.
Try and pump you back and forth a little bit. Let me make sure there's no wheel shock in there. Alright. Get comfortable. When you want to switch, let me know. Tighten up as much as you can. There you go.
All right, so I'm under the hood of this unit. Now there's some things I'm not happy with. I'm not happy with the amount that I'm not happy with the 3 degrees is what I'm getting at. And so we're going to change that, but if I can change it right now, we'll change it over the course of the few weeks of getting this thing ready to go. And for right now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get some of these gaskets figured out, and I'm going to put an exhaust manifold on. And we got some spacers, we got some bolts, and I don't know what's clanking around. Some stuff blowing around in here, but we're going to get a little anti-seize, and we'll anti-seize some of these bolts. We'll bring that manifold over and get her set up there. I'll bring it back. All right, so I'm gonna cut off my head a little bit so you can see. So it looks like it's gonna be back. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're just gonna get 2 ready, and just use a little anti-seize. So when I had the air compressor off, power steering drive gear came out with it, and I didn't notice, and so that sucks a little bit. So I think what I'm going to do here is get these bolts in the spacer. We might even put a little anti-seize around the head of the thing. And then we're gonna and we'll put one right here. All right. Then what we'll do is we'll get a gasket in here. We'll get a gasket in here. And I'm not really sure how they go. I don't guess it matters. Looks like they're ambidextrous. So we'll just go down the line and we'll put a little anti-seize and then we'll stick a spacer on. All right, I'm gonna get back in a sec. All right. The shitty part is I don't know if it makes a difference. I think that maybe the factory exhaust manifold has differences. Maybe some 4-bolt and some 2-bolt, and that's why the gasket's like that. Because why reinvent the wheel? You can just use the wheel that everybody else is using. Put any on this head, so we'll put a little on there. So this gorgeous manifold is from Bell Performance Solutions, Pennsylvania. And man, it's just a gorgeous piece. And I wanted a stainless manifold. I was looking around online. I was looking at full tilt, and you know, everybody's got their own, basically a factory casting, and some of them are even the same as others. They get them from the same place, but they just have they get them branded to themselves, you know what I mean? But anyways, I was looking at a bunch of stuff and I was like, man, I wish somebody had a stainless one. And just for kicks, I typed in stainless exhaust manifold for 14-liter Detroit, and lo and behold, bpsdiesel.com. Crazy to think about, but it's super cool. And gave Gino a call up there. And, you know, the guy's very knowledgeable on Detroit stuff. He's knowledgeable about cat stuff too. But, so I was like, hey, can I bend your ear a little bit? This is kind of what I want to do. I want to put a 14-liter in my K100. And he's like, okay, what's your plans? Why a 14-liter? And I said, well, I said my truck has a 8V92 in it right now, and I want to stay true to the brand. I mean, I obviously don't want a 2-stroke, but I want to stay true to the brand, and I want to, you know, the truck's got Detroit badges on it. He giggled a little bit. He's like, dude, I understand. I smell what you're stepping in. And so, we ended up talking about my goals and what I was going to do with the truck. And he's like, man, he goes, I think you know, what you've got in mind is perfect. And he goes, and as a matter of fact, I have most of that stuff in stock. And I was like, really? He's like, yeah, I bought a ton of those marine cams from Detroit, so I could have them in stock when people wanted them. And so he had the camshaft, he had the injectors I wanted. Oh boy, this does not feel good. Let me concentrate for a second. what I'll do is I'll bring those middle ones in. Okay, now maybe that will help me get this one started. I don't think I like it. I don't want to just run it in there. Let me see if I got a tap for that. Be right back. Alright, fast forward. Take the manifold back off and run the thread chaser in, and now we're good. I'm going to double check the gaskets. Okay. All right. Oh boy. Kind of wish that I would have got a high mount. Now, we're gonna have to bring the turbo out. See what it looks like. I mean, worst case scenario, we can swap this one out. Okay. Alright, thank God for these little guys. Bring it back. Alright. Okay. It's interesting. That is interesting. Just gonna rub a little bit maybe. We'll see. It's always a little deceiving. We'll have to rotate this housing. We'll rotate this housing. Okay. So this turbo is from stainlessdiesel.com, and actually went to school. Well, I didn't go to school with Johnny. That would be a lie if I told you that. I didn't go to school with him, but when I migrated away from my school, my town, to the neighboring school in town because people were cooler, I met John Gilbert. I call him Johnny, I don't know why, so always did. But I met John Gilbert, and we became friends, and we've been friends ever since I was 17. And John does a bunch of high performance diesel stuff, and it was super cool to get to work with him on the turbo for Marla. Well, that's interesting. You're going to have to work these nuts all back down. You know, doesn't surprise me to have to make some, some changes. You know, you're dealing with custom stuff. There we go. All right. Move this clamp as well. Probably put it down. Well, or we'll put it right like that. You know, because why not? All right. Put these things back up. Okay. All right. All right. Yep, we're gonna have to do something different with this here, because it needs to go down into that crevasse down there. All right, we'll bring it back. Well, guys, there it is. Stainless diesel. Their own billet center section, billet wheel, 5-blade Mafia. This is an 88 millimeter, based on the GTX 5533. And we'll give you a look-see in there. This is a gated housing. A lot of guys don't understand wastegate. Man, there's just ever so slightly enough room for this turbo, but we're gonna put some caps on this to keep the crap out of it. We're gonna make sure that the truck will shut and not hit the turbo. I'm gonna have to get a little lift from over here. Yeah, it's gonna be super close actually. Might have been better off with the high mount. Not really sure. I don't think it's going to close. It's going to have to come down quite a bit. And I really don't want to relocate this. I mean, I can. I can rotate this over, and I think that's what I'm going to do, rather than even wonder what's going to happen. I think I'll rotate it, because it doesn't really affect anything. So yeah, I can put it this way, and we can put a elbow on, right like that. All right. Yeah, that'll get me there. And then our elbow will come up. We'll come with an elbow this way, and then we'll just come up into there. I think I'm gonna just snug those up, and then we're gonna put some rags in this turbo. You guys want to see that? You want to see the business end? So, stainless diesel. And this is the exhaust end. And then this is the business end up here. Anyway, that's it. All right, guys, that's it for today. Tired. The engine's sitting in there. We're going to do something different with the rear mounts. I don't like it. Long story short, it doesn't really matter. We're going to change locations. It is what it is. But it looks nice in there, doesn't it? That Bell Performance Solutions stainless steel manifold and that stainless diesel 88mm turbo sure look nice in there. That's it for tonight, guys. Like, comment, subscribe. We'll see you.